Let's get it. Post University Rocket League. How are we feeling tonight? Let's get it. It is Post University facing off with Wilmington U here for CACC Week 1. I've got a special guest with me here today. You all may know him from the pitch itself. An incredible player who's apparently, in Jody's word, so good that he's in the casting booth now. So let's check him out. We've got BigSpence in here with me. BigSpence, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and I'm so excited to be able to cast some Rocket League with you today.
Let's go. Excited to be here with you as well. First experience here in the post-university booth, so
absolutely.
Let's get it going. We got a new player on the pitch as well. Obviously, somebody's got to take your place. It's Blitz going to be getting the call tonight. Talk a little bit about Blitz.
So I think he's going to be a player that really could change this whole game all by himself, really. You know, obviously you have the #1 goal scorer in Klowa, and you have a really good defender in NiMBiiX. So if he can really fit in that, I think this team is going to be really unstoppable tonight, especially against a team like Wilmington.
100%. We remember how close every series seemed to be whenever we faced off with them last time. But there's only one way to find out. Let's get to the pitch here for game #1. Also, you see Klowa without the W. You want to talk a little bit about that? What's going on with that?
So he told me that he wanted to change that, and here we are already. 2 seconds in, and we've already got a goal from Blitz here. An awesome start, really. Love to see that.
Yeah. How quickly you said, how is he going to settle in? Like when we're in the pre-match lobby, right? When we're pre-stream. Right off the bat, it seems pretty good. Obviously, the kickoff goal, so we want to see as he settles in, you know, is it going to be the same effect? But you're right. So far, so good.
Absolutely.
Trying to get back to it as well.
Because, you know, last season we had Chick-fil-A. Liquid seems like the only player I've seen that's actually from that starting roster that's back this season. So I want to see if this team is still really as good and chemistry-wise as they were last season as well.
Let's going to leave it there. Oh, Klowa had an opportunity. Here's NiMBiiX stepping up into place. We'll take a shot as well.
Ooh, that was a nice shot.
All right, spot the Blitz double touch.
Ooh. Oh, that double was so nice, too. You would love to see him finish that.
Oh, close. I love the confidence, though, right? He's going up. He's ready for it. Almost made it finish. Klowa getting right back
like he's been in the spot before.
100% has. Blitz going to try to get that pass. Look at that floater for Klowa. Oh,
nice, Klowa. Nice shot. Nice shot.
That's what you've been
saying.
You
love to see those pass plays.
You do. This is what you've been talking about. It's been happening in scrims, right?
It's good to see that it's coming together in these type of matches, too. Really good start for Post.
Again, Post University. They fell short in the playoffs last season, as you know, in a multitude of different titles. But you said it might be a learning process for this team.
Oh, absolutely, because I know that next week we actually play against Caldwell, and the whole team has said that we are hungry for that game because we want to show them that we have improved from what we were last season as well. Oh, that's very unfortunate from weekly pickup right there. Very unfortunate.
You don't see him miss those very often.
No.
Oh, that flip. He didn't mean to flip there in that moment. Usually he's like locked down on the back wall. You can't get him out of the net, to be honest, unless you got to jump out, get those demos bumps. But in that case, I mean, I guess it just happens to the best of us, especially with the start. Sometimes when it rains, it pours, honestly.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And it just seems like when it rains, it pours here. 4-0 already off the second kickoff goal of the game here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're running into latency issues, but that is twice where it seems like they were a little bit delayed. Blitz has had a wide open cage the first 2 seconds or so, and Post has ran away with it. So when you have the 4-0 lead, obviously you don't want to let it slip, and one of the biggest ways to do that is to really get some offensive pressure going and not allow Wilmington to get going at all, because you know that they can score in bunches. We saw it all last season.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? Even if they go down 2 games, I do believe that Wilmington is one of those teams that they never get rattled, and they're able to come back on more than one occasion, which I've seen a lot from last season.
Let me get a shout out to Lokix in here. We've got, of course, Jody chilling. Almost another Blitz goal, by the way. Celeste in here as well. Oh, Dubious from the Valorant side of things. Welcome in, too.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Love some Dubious. He hung out with me on the Valorant side of things a little bit last week, and it was a blast hanging out with you. We welcome you over to the Rocket League side. Let's go.
It's got to be a pleasure, you know, and, you know, you got to give that shout out to Denny for sure. You know, just everybody, even if it doesn't matter what game title, they're always there to support everybody. It's just like a whole big family, you know. Woo! Nice save by Klowa right there on a really tough shot there.
Reaction time was unreal. We know about his goal scoring, but I think a lot of people sleep on his defensive skills, too.
Oh, absolutely. It seems like they're starting to put more pressure on the Wilmington side, so it seems like they're starting to finally find their legs here, see if they can put a goal and try to turn this momentum around.
It's over to weekly pickup. It feels like they just haven't warmed up almost. It almost seems like they're coming in cold, because Wilmington, when they are clicking, they're extremely effective, but there's been a couple of times where I look at weekly pickup and I know that they've done better. That's a great save, though, so hey, credit Wilmington. Maybe they are starting to pick it up a little bit, because Post had the first 4 goals in the first 2 minutes, so we'll see if Wilmington can kind of settle down.
It almost seems like it took them by surprise a little bit as well, because like I said, like, no one has seen Blitz really play, so there's no film on them, there's no nothing. So, you know, when you look at stuff like that, they may have just been kind of, I hate to say it, they could have probably been overlooking in a kind of a way here. Probably didn't think that he was going to be like this, and look at how the game has turned out already, game 1.
Liquid trying to change it, but again, just shut down. Blitz seems very confident positionally as well. This is the second time I've seen him step up on the play, with or without boost. And a lot of times when you're with a new team, you get a little bit antsy. You want to jump out and make plays. And if you're out of boost, sometimes you make the decision to get out. But there's an opportunity. Klowa jumped out a little bit too early, too. Bringing up some space here. Maybe looking for it, but of course, NiMBiiX was right place, right time again.
And another player that, you know, that Post needs to look out for is Liquid, because Liquid has been with this team before, and Liquid has been one to really change the game altogether and really just put on gold in bunches too as well.
Esoterical, I'm not sure if we saw a lot of them last season, but here's weekly pickup. Almost at it, but going to be a little bit wide of the target. What's going to turn on this one? Esoteric.
Yeah, I think he's a new player, I believe, for this squad, because I don't remember ever playing him last season. So, and that was a nice shot by Klowa, just really with the patience right there, knowing that you had that shot there with Liquid just standing still in the middle of the net. So it's really good to see that patience and that accuracy coming out today.
Yeah, the patience was everything, absolutely, because the little tap down to himself was just settling the ball when you know you have time. That's the best play. And then you get to, when you calm it down, you can look at your target, and if you're confident in your shot, you're just able to label it. So well-placed shot, and just keeping Wilmington at bay. There's been no opportunity for them to score at all, and the 1 or 2 shots that they have been able to get on target have been absolutely locked down defensively. By NiMBiiX. Klowa's made a couple of big saves as well.
Absolutely, and you know, something that might go underlooked here is that, granted, they had those 4 goals off the rip here, and then after that, Wilmington's defense did kind of tighten up a little bit. So that might be something to look forward to in the next game if that defense can continue, and if they can put up more pressure in this next game.
That's always step one, and no matter what margin you lose by, it's still just 1-0. And I know that's what Wilmington's going to say as Post University takes game number 1 here by the count of 5-0. So as one-sided as it was, you're right. It's not that momentum shift on Wilmington's side, because Post still had a majority of the chances late, but what it did was really at least make a statement for Wilmington that they are capable at the end of the day of being able to challenge Post University. And I don't think we ever walked into this match thinking that that was impossible. We know exactly what we're up against when we go up against Wilmington U.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, when you look at the shot count, it's a little lopsided for Post, but obviously Post has always been a more offensive team. We always can put on a bunch of shots at a very high rate. So it's really going to be interesting to see if Wilmington can kind of combat that with some really solid defense like they were showing in the last 2 minutes of this game.
And just like we see Dubious, and she's hopping over here on the Rocket League side, well, Chixxa, this team's without Chixxa right now, from my understanding. Is that correct? She's also supporting across game title lines, too.
Yeah, so that is also something that I really want to look forward to here is because if, and this is obviously an if Post does lose a game here, is without having Chixxa there as that coach to kind of get the team back together, how is that going to affect the team? Will it affect the team at all? And if they will be able to keep that same mental and going into the next game?
Let's find out. Game number 2, can Post University really make a statement regardless, with or without the coach? Obviously, it's not like you just hop in freely into this game. You practice during the week and such, but
Oh, absolutely.
but not being in that moment, though, it can really matter, especially when your team, if Wilmington turns it up, they're going to need to make adjustments themselves. And usually they had your voice in the chat, too, and they don't have that quite yet. They can listen to the stream, but how much is that really going to help?
Yeah, because, you know, I know that, like, a lot of the times when Chixxa was busy or whatever she had to go on, I normally would try my best to, you know, help the team together. But it wasn't just me, you know. All of us had a voice, and we all had some things to say to help each other out. Because we all want this team to be as best as it can be. And obviously, we had a lot of positive results, and we had some negative. But
So what are you telling your team after a 5-0 victory? Obviously, it feels good. But
it feels good.
Yeah.
But you never want to get in your head, you know, like you want to make sure that like it was just one game. And we've done this before where we were so confident after winning one game that we would end up dropping the next game because of the fact that like we were so confident going in, which of course confidence is great, but you have to understand that if this is a best of 7, which this is tonight, you have to keep that same type of energy going into the second game and going into the third as well.
And I think it's actually tougher. You know, it's not always that if you're confident that you're going to throw away games, and I know that's not what you're saying, but what I would like to emphasize too is it's really hard to dig out whenever the momentum does shift. Like, let's say Wilmington takes away a game number 2. Sometimes it can be more difficult to try to dig out of that. But look at this play. Blitz on it.
Nice play.
Break it down for me.
This is just a beautiful pass by NiMBiiX right here. Hit it right down and just give Blitz practically the whole net to be able to do whatever he needs to do to get that in. Perfect pass play right there.
Beautiful play.
And it really does seem like what we were saying from before game 1 is that Blitz needed to come out and kind of just fit in with the team and kind of just find his role here. And it seems like he's already done that already. It just seems like his confidence is just through the roof right now, and you love to see that for a new player that really hasn't been on a team like this ever, really.
Yeah, it lets him, you know, kind of settle in. It's good to see, you know, when you do it in rank, obviously it's a little bit different when you're in that competition mindset, like you're calling out right now. And but the more you practice and the better you are in ranked, you know, those habits will pick out no matter what that pressure looks like. You said you're intrigued to see how Blitz handles that pressure, and right now he looks just as relaxed as we've ever seen him.
Yeah, and this is really like something that, you know, as Post can go on into these other games, it's going to be something that you can look at as like, hey, if a player can't make it, we have a very capable sub in Blitz that can come in, you know, that can come in and really just put his own stamp on the game.
There's an interesting concept in Rocket League, especially when we talk about how there's only 3 players, right, that play at a time. So naturally, when you take away one player, i.e. the BigSpence here in the stream with me, let's go, you find a whole different identity. I feel like Post is playing differently, but not in a bad way at all. It's not like it was bad when you're a part of the team. You all made playoff pushes, and last year you literally, you know, won a championship. So at the end of the day, it's like it changes the dynamic, and sometimes for good. But when you play different style teams, for example, you're very good at the bump demo game, yes, but really just like field positioning game too. So that physicality can come in handy against other teams, right?
Right. Oh, of course. Like the game that we had last week, we were getting demoed a lot. Like, and you know, it's something that can really throw someone off their game altogether. Nice shot there by Blitz. And you know, it's just it's great to see just how much he's doing for this team, setting them up. and just look at this beautiful pass play between Klowa and Blitz. And, like I said, this is something that, it's his first game, and he's already showing that this game is not too big for him.
We haven't seen anything from NiMBiiX, but here's why that's okay. We know he's capable of it, but he also holds off defensively. And honestly, he's probably chill with it, because when you let, your two buddies get to work and they're working in tandem like that, just let them be. But finally, breaking it.
Wow.
We're waiting for it.
Yep. Exactly. And we finally got one. And it was a really good shot, really well-placed pass by Weekly Pickup right there as well. Getting it right over Blitz there. And it just didn't seem like he really thought that was going to be like that and that powerful right there either.
That's true. And that's what we're used to seeing from, Weekly Pickup, as we saw last semester specifically. And it took, 9 minutes, but at the end of the day, it's just game 2, and they're only down by 1. So we're going to maybe need some more of the Klowa Blitz magic going on, and see if they can't pick it up, because we know Weekly Pickup will.
Absolutely. And, seeing this pressure already from NiMBiiX and Blitz already, it's just showing that, like, even though they gave up that goal, they seem like the pressure is not there for them. Like, they know what they have to get done, and they're making sure to get it done.
Blitz will settle this one. Challenge in the corner by Liquid. Weekly Pickup actually went backwards, but Klowa was ready for it. So I think he was going backwards to try to find Esoteric, and ended up finding Klowa instead. So it was a little bit sketchy situation there for Wilmington. Weekly Pickup the shot. Oh, it's spot away by Blitz.
That was almost a nice shot.
That is a good reaction time. Down to 10 seconds left, though, Spence. Here's Blitz challenging. Weekly Pickup still trying to lay it on. Esoteric will have a chance. Klowa going backwards.
Wow.
That's all right. That's all right. You had Blitz back there. He's just going to say, I knew that all along. I wasn't scared. It's fine. Whatever.
That's a lot of confidence right there to put a dimer like that to your teammate in net like that.
Oh, I can hear the nervousness in your voice, and I don't blame you. I feel the same way, but holy cow. Sharpshooter's not wrong, though. Blitz has been proven to be the GOAT here in the situation where you just, like, walk into a scenario, first competitive match ever, and you've been putting up numbers like this. We saw 2 goals, 3 saves, 5 shots. Woo! That's good.
It's really good, honestly, and, it really makes you wonder, like, is this just from these 2 games, or are we going to continue to see this in the rest of the series? So, again, like we said, this is a best of 7, so we still have plenty of time for Wilmington to kind of find their way back into the series. And like we already saw, their defense was there. They only gave up 2 goals this game, and those were some hard-fought 2 goals. So let's see if this defense is going to continue to stifle post, and see if this defense and this offense can get going for Wilmington in this game.
Did everybody just hear that? Holy cow. BigSpence, great on the pitch. An incredible analysis. Honestly, like, that was goated. That was goated. I've worked with quote-unquote professionals in the industry that didn't have the breakdown of that. That was actually legendary. Let's go to game 3, man. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Let's do this.
Game number 3. Post University up 2-0, and Sosa, a.k.a. Sosa, from last year, in case you couldn't pick up on that. I almost didn't, I'm not going to lie. But listen, Sosa coming in for a Weekly Pickup, who I thought honestly was starting to pick it up himself quite, appropriately enough. But
yeah, and, that's actually a strategy for a lot of teams now, where even if their players start to pick it up a little bit, they'll sub them out to just give that other team something to look at, to make them have to think of, oh, what's this player going to bring now since you just brought out someone? It seemed like they were finally starting to feel where they wanted to be at this game.
Sosa backing up, but realizing that Blitz is above his head. It's a great touch. He's going to try that angle as well. I think he was trying to go far box for Klowa, who stepped up on it, but he misread because Sosa felt like he was going to touch it, so I don't blame him. But Blitz is back on it too. We'll try from this corner. Esoteric able to get to it. Klowa, again, a good challenge, and Post University has them pinned on their own end. Every single ball seems to go in favor of Post University. Finally, they'll be able to get it out here.
Yeah, that pressure was something that we love to see from Post, because that has always been something that we've always had for the past 2 semesters, is a bunch of pressure. And right there, you see just the beautiful mechs coming out there from Blitz there to get that mid and to really make that team awkward.
Yeah, because Sosa had to dive, right? He almost had to wave dash onto that wall because they were low on boost. And when you catch him in a pants down situation, for lack of better terms. That's when that pressure really does pay off. It's not always surgical touches that you need when you're laying on that type of pressure. Sure, they help, but even if you're just laying on that pressure, just a follow-up, a simple follow-up and a challenge to let them know you're there can make them nervous. And if they're out of boost, it can make it your job in life a whole lot easier in that sense. And ooh, almost got a punch with NiMBiiX there too.
It does seem, wow, what a sniper of a shot right there from Blitz here. Just, you know, the placements here, it was just really well placed, especially with that player in goal and having someone back post as well. So here we are again with Wilmington down 2. Let's see if this defense can pick it up and see if they can finally get some pressure here on post.
Yeah, honestly,
it seems like.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say it does seem that way, but right now it's, and what you sometimes want to rely on is good bounces, and unfortunately it looks like that's going the way of post as well, as that's just an unfortunate defensive sequence there from Wilmington as well.
Yeah, so, you know, like I said, you know, this is still week 1, and a lot of these teams, you know, they're still trying to figure out if this is the roster that they want to run with, you know. So it's only week 1, so Wilmington could be a real player going into the next time we face them. So we can't take this team lightly. Matter of fact, we can't take any team lightly. And it seems like this team is really prepared and ready for this match with Wilmington, and it's really showing, putting up 4 goals already in this game.
Yeah, and in fact, that's Blitz's 7th goal of the series already, if you can believe that. Like, you want to talk about being settled in, that's definitely the way to do it. And I was going to shout out, you know, Wilmington's fans. If you're in here right now, they're going to need some love right now. It's not been their best series, but it's early, right? This is literally week 1 of CACC, so to your point, Spence, they have plenty of time to build themselves up, and so Post can do the same, though, which makes them very dangerous because of that. So for both teams, really, there's no real panic alarm here, just the fact that Post has been just a little bit more ready, it seems, in this series.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, again, another shout out to Denny here for even having all these teams in CACC and pulling it together for yet a second semester. And it just seems like, even taking away like the competition aspect of it, everyone seems to just love playing the game that we all love watching, which is Rocky. So it's just a pleasure to be able to just pass this game today. And not only that, but to be able to just take a step back and watch how my teammates are able to do this, even with a new player that they haven't really been able to play that much with.
Yeah, they've got, you know, their most experienced players on the pitch are literally relatively new, especially, I think, started last semester, unless maybe NiMBiiX dates back a little bit longer than that, or was it brand new?
Both of them started last semester.
That's what I thought.
And they came in like they were veterans of the game. Like they just came in like nothing fazed them, you know?
And that's
coming in and just doing what we do.
Exactly. And that's why it honestly felt like, to me, that like NiMBiiX has been around forever. And I thought like Klowa was like the newbie who like jumped in, just made a huge difference. But Esoteric is making a bit of a difference here, at least making it interesting here in this game number 3. It's still a long climb with a minute 25, but the only way to do that is get the first one on the board.
Absolutely. And, you know, like I said, it's still not too late. This is still a long series. Yes, it's game 3, and you may be behind the 8 ball here, but if you can turn this around in game 4, you could be having Post kind of overthinking some things here. But it's really looking like Post is ready to just finish this series in this next game.
Just another great play from Blitz. That extra touch, Sosa just was not prepared at all. And it's because when you have the good boost efficiency that Blitz has and has been proving to me, this is my first time watching him. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I go way back with this guy, but for me, but still, it seems like already, look, demo, grab the boost, 100 boost. And what he does is when you have that much boost efficiency, a defender looks up and just assumes that you're running low on boost sometimes if they're not careful, and it feels like you have like 150 when he's able to make plays like that. So, I mean, credit him for just making it awkward. Another play, that would have been beautiful.
Wow.
That would have been beautiful. Close, too.
Pass here to NiMBiiX here. Let's see if NiMBiiX can get this mid. Just ran out of boost there. Very unfortunate for him there.
Here he goes again. Oh.
Flip reset. What a beautiful play right there.
Love it. Liquid thought he could just clear, and Blitz said, no, I'm positioned. I know what you're doing with this. And then, whoop. Oh, yep. I had a flip bracelet in my back pocket. I'll use it. And 8-ball corner pocket, 6-1. And Post University running away with this series, to be honest.
This is something that I don't think a lot of people expected, really, was for Post to kind of just come out as hot as they have and not only stun them in that game 1, but then to also take games 2 and 3 as well. But it does seem like this is not all of the same starting roster that Wilmington had. So losing Chick-fil-A and losing RL Lands, it does seem like that's really affected this team, because they can't really put up that same amount of pressure that they used to put up last season. So it's going to be interesting to see how much the team can improve this season.
Yeah, teams learn at their own pace, right? Right now, it seems like Blitz might be a quicker learner, but there are some players that maybe learn a little bit, at least accumulate to competitive gameplay a little bit slower, but then they could ultimately be an even stronger player over time. It definitely doesn't feel good when you're in this matchup and you're not quite, getting it done right off the bat, but I think just a bit of patience and certainly a deep breath might go a long way for Wilmington U over the course of the season. So we'll see if they can do that. But in the meantime, I want to see everybody in chat give it up for BigSpence, who in already slaying here. Where's the BigSpence fan club? We've been hearing from you all semester, last semester. We want to see y'all in chat. Give us some love. How great has Spence been here in the booth with me right now? I want to see some love before everybody pieces out.
When you have a goat-like bear with me, it really makes it easy for me,
Facts. There we go. Yep. Celeste is giving it up with Spence. Let's go. Well, you already know Jody's there. Let's go. Low kicks as well. Giving it up, giving some love. Great vibes everywhere. And 100% Denny. He's making me smile the whole time. Let's go. Post usually does that anyways, but let's get back to
it. It's always a pleasure.
Let's go, baby. It is. Phoenix giving it up, says killing it.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate it.
Looks saying the same. Can Wilmington U recover, or will Post University go for what we will not name until it is over?
Well, to take something that Denny normally says about the team, we've always been a 4-1 team, so we always give up at least one game. So let's see if we do that this time, or we shut the door here and make it a 4-0.
Not the most traditional tradition, if that makes sense. But
of course,
will they stick to it, or will they decide to change pace? It'll be up to Wilmington U to really dig deep, because right now all signs scream that Post should, in theory, on paper, be able to close it out. But look at Esoteric getting that flip reset for the extra challenge. Unfortunately, that boost control, unfortunately for them, the boost control, they all ran out. They went back for the 100 boost, so there was no follow-up there. And so that really becomes an issue. Those little things about boost control I was talking about, they do come in handy in a multitude of different ways.
It does seem like Wilmington is trying to get more pressure, and it just seems like Post is just there every time they try to do something. It's got to be frustrating when every time you want to push the ball upfield, there's a player just consistently right there in your face to make sure you just cannot get it going.
Liquid was trying to give them a taste of their own medicine, too. You saw him trying to cheat up there, too. And finally, a demo comes out from Liquid. I was wondering when the physicality would come out.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to ask, too, because now, oh, what a shot. That was a lot of power in that shot.
That was absolutely labeled. Got up high, literally a slam dunk kind of feel, right? It wasn't a dunk in the Rocket League terms, but listen. It was a dirty one, though. He went up high to get that one. Klowa showing why he's the goal-scoring record holder for Post University.
I'm going for that record this season, but for right now, it's great to to have him on my team and to not be playing against him like this.
Amen. That's got to be a tough challenge, no doubt about it. That one's going to be a crosser.
Absolutely.
Ooh, Liquid just got a touch on that one, too. So. Up the touch will go sidewall, waiting for it, NiMBiiX. A touchdown to Blitz. They almost combined for a pinch again, whether it was intentional or not, well, that's debatable.
Almost got a nice touch right there, too, as well.
Ooh, Liquid trying to go up there, too, but it looks like Blitz just ran out of boost in that challenge. NiMBiiX on it, too, looking for the corner bounce. This one should go in the center, Sosa can't get to it. No boost, though, Liquid. Right place, right time.
And even touches like what I just saw Blitz make right there, even to get that 50, knowing you have no boost and still going for that, that shows a lot of confidence. It shows that he really feels confident in the team, and he feels like if he goes for that, they have his back. And that is really huge, because a lot of people don't understand that, like, when it comes to Rocket League, there's a lot of chemistry there, and it doesn't just grow overnight.
Gotta stick with it, yeah. The more reps you get together, the better. This team, though, does really feel like it came together extremely quick, almost naturally. And that's a good sign, a good starting place. But if you really want to break through, like, for example, when you talk about reaching the top level of many different leagues specifically, you got to just keep that chemistry rolling, and eventually you can get to a place where you can break through. All these players are improving on the pitch. That definitely shows. It goes back to leadership, like you were saying about Chixxa specifically, about having a leader, which I would argue, I know you probably wouldn't. I know you're a very modest guy, but I would say about you the same thing in that leadership realm, and it's definitely showing off. 1:30 before Post University closes this out. We'll see if they get it done.
Yeah, you know, for me, like, I feel like I always told the team, ever since the first time we stepped on the pitch together, was don't look at me as your captain. Look at me as just another player that's here to help you just as much as Chixxa would, you know? And I think it's really helped because they feel comfortable coming to me when they feel like they need help with something that's going on in their game. And I try to help them in any way I possibly can. And, you know, I was telling Kevin them, like, you know, this is y'all now. Y'all got to take care of this tonight. And I have full faith in you guys, and they didn't disappoint so far, you know.
Yeah, still after it too. The best way to keep a lead, in my opinion, is to keep the throttle down. And you see them, the rotations on point. Again, a great challenge from Blitz. You don't challenge that as a third man if you don't have boost. And he had 100 in the tank to get that done, get that challenge. NiMBiiX still there too. Klowa with the back pass here. Liquid with a crafty little touch to try to get it around him, but they got to stop going horizontally. If you're Wilmington, you got to get down the field quick. You only have 2 or 3 more chances
Absolutely.
here.
Oh,
that
this
might
is
be
a wide open net, and that will be a goal for Liquid.
There it is. We're
That
waiting.
has got to feel good for him.
No doubt, no doubt. And it was a great pass too. Like Esoteric has been trying to get settled in, so to be able to watch that and have confidence in your teammate to be down the field, they needed to draw up a play, and that's what they came up with. And with 17 seconds left, they are at least will make it close. But off the kickoff, and Blitz is there, but can't get to it.
Oh, he can't get to it.
So close.
That would have been a heartbreaker for Wilmington right there.
Now they'll keep it alive.
Oh, we might be able to have a play here for...
No.
Oh, no, they're bumping each other. That's not good. Thankfully, that will reach the ground for Wilmington. Oh, man, that didn't look too good.
No, NiMBiiX waited high. I thought it was just going to kind of waterfall. Well, not waterfall. I thought it was going to rainbow its way down. And Liquid launching it, though. Blitz got to get back and looked very confident just catching that over the shoulder and being able to settle it back in. Esoteric goes up for it. Chance for Klowa. Back down out to midfield. Liquid going to try another shot, but that didn't quite get as much as he wanted to. Look at Blitz. He wants it. The shot a little wide. Almost got the second touch as well.
Almost got that.
And NiMBiiX and them still laying on this pressure, man.
It just seems like they want this game. They really are hungry for this game, and Wilmington isn't going to give it to them easily here.
Zoza with the touch, but not an efficient one. It looked like it just kind of fell down the Blitz. And Blitz.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to go for a pass mid there, and it just, I think he just didn't know how much boost he had in the tank, and it really cost him there.
Definitely messing with his mental, but not all the way, because Liquid's still pressing it forward. A chance for a cut. Great touch, but Klowa already up for it. Great read. Now that allows NiMBiiX to try to jump on the next one. Esoteric can't get to it. Blitz right in your face, and that bump might free up Klowa. Back wall, he'll go.
Klowa for a double?
Going for it. It's off the back wall. NiMBiiX a chance as well, but it'll be shut down on the back end by the defensive Wilmington.
Let's see if we can get a play up here. That's not good. A double commit there from Kev. And NiMBiiX will leave him back, but they were able to get a touch there to make sure that it doesn't go any further.
Tarek plays it down. Here's Klowa to turn on it. Great patience. We've seen it all series long, but unfortunately couldn't get that extra touch. He backflipped off of it.
It seemed like he was going to end up going for some sort of flick or something there, and that backflip really just threw him there.
Let's see Liquid in here. Oh, my.
Oh, very dangerous touch there from Blitz.
That allowed them to jump in. I believe it was Liquid. Yeah, top of his car, off the top of the Octane. If it was towards the hood instead, he'll launch it though. Liquid, that one should fall in off the crossbar. Unfortunately, not able to watch that one land.
They better be careful because it seems like Post is going to draw up a play for NiMBiiX here.
Oh, they were thinking about it. Think about it. Esoteric could not quite direct it on. Even if he did, he had NiMBiiX up there waiting for the challenge.
In his face.
Yep. Oh, this one's dangerous as well.
Oh, bad touch.
Oh, and Blitz wants this one. Off the back, sends it down. Couldn't quite find the angle either. NiMBiiX to follow it. It's still up in the air. Here's Klowa to tap it backwards. Now Sosa will have to shot, but Blitz, perfect positioning, man. Once again.
I am just so impressed with this defense and this offense from Post today.
So solid when you need it most. The pressure continues.
But it seems like
even 3-0.
Post is not giving it up. I know.
It's true. In both of these teams, honestly, because Wilmington, they could have went away, but now we're 3 minutes in overtime, and they just have stormed back. But can they make it last? Klowa up and over.
Klowa will finish it.
The overtime winner goes to Klowa. And just a simple touch in the slot's all you needed. He recognized that the defense was not ready in position for it. And there it is. We can finally say it. Here's Spence. A sweep for Post University.
A sweep. A very impressive one at that. And, you know, again, this was still game one. And you can see that, like, with the way that Wilmington has been playing and the way that they improve throughout the series, this is going to be a series to look at in the next couple of weeks when they play again.
Yeah, over time, Wilmington started to establish something. You're absolutely right. It started to come together. And, you know, weekly pickup, it started off that season, or started off the series, rather, and, you know, was starting to warm up as well. So it's not like when, you know, Sosa comes in and it's like a complete difference maker. But I think that all four, have 4 players that are pretty equal and to each be, they're a pretty deep team is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, the way that Wilmington had kind of, you know, coming into this, you knew that you were going to have to face some of the same players that you did last season. They didn't shy away from it, and they did put up a lot of pressure in that last game. It did go to overtime, but unfortunately it didn't go their way tonight. But again, it's only game one, so they've got plenty of time to really turn this season around and really just look at this as a wake-up call, as this is going to be a tough team to beat later on.
Well, listen, BigSpence, you did a fantastic job in here with me. For the first time caster, y'all, you're like, yo, these are amazing casters. It's his first time. Give him some love. And it wouldn't be a Post University channel if in fact, it wouldn't be a great night wrapped unless we heard from you. So we weren't able to get you on camera for this time around. But listen, we want to give the chat what they came here for. Give us a little bit of a send-off, if you will. Give it your best shot, Spence, what you got.
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Well, I will say this. For tomorrow, I would like the same energy for tomorrow because we have a very tough game for us tomorrow. And I want to see everybody in here doing the same thing we did tonight. I love every single one of you, and I am planning to bring home another W to the Post Esports teams tomorrow. And for Bear, I love hanging out with you, and it's the greatest pleasure for me to be able to do this with you.
Back at you, BigSpence, honestly. It was a great time here tonight, and I look forward to many in the future for sure. And a W tomorrow. You heard the men, so go ahead and come through. We look forward to seeing you then, and we wish you all a good night. Take care, everybody.
Good night.
We gon'